Hi guys, Big P here again from Renault Performance. Today we've got for you something a little bit different, the Renault Trafic 115 DCI. It's a nice little van, 2010 model. I'll show you around the van, let me know what you think. Like and subscribe if you like them. I know it's something different from what we normally do, but we get a few vans on here. I've spent half my life in vans, so why not? Check out the van, let me know what you think. Like and subscribe and hit the bell button so you get notifications every time we have a new video. Enjoy. So this is the 2010 Renault Trafic Sport DCI 115. It's one of the top models. It is a nice example, and it is the nav model as well, which is always quite nice. Comes standard with these 5-spoke alloy wheels, which do look nice, and it's all fully color coded. All the bumpers, has front fog lights. Actually quite a nice van that's quite pleasing to the eye. This particular model is an insulated van, which is a fridge van. Generally quite a nice vehicle to look at, and in terms of loading, these vans can carry anything up to nearly 3 meters long. I think it's about 2.8 meters is the maximum in here, but I mean, if you use things like 8x4 panels and things like that, they'll go straight in. With this being insulated, obviously you do lose a little bit of space on the sides because of the insulation, but other than that, generally quite a nice bit of space. It is the Trafic Sport model, even though the badge is missing there. Has a nice little rear step, rear parking sensors on these are standard. Yep, nice pretty little van to look at, really, to be fair. And considering this van is a 2010, nearly 15 years old now, still quite pretty to look at. Interior wise, they do look quite nice. You got nice sized door bins there. You can put a 2-litre bottle of water in there, no problem. All your little bits and bobs that you need to. You got a drink holder here, which is quite nice. Have a glove box here. Carry your bits and bobs. Any extras you need to carry. And these mats are quite nice. They're nice rubber mats are standard, which are quite nice and cushioned. They have a nice padding underneath them. Seats are generally quite nice. Being the sport model, has a 2-tone interior, which is nice. This van has air conditioning as well, which is always nice in the summer. And it has a satellite navigation, like I said. This navigation unit, I don't use it a lot, but it is good at times because it alerts you for cameras and things like that, speed cameras. Every time there's a speed camera, it beeps about 100 yards before it so that you know. It has an audio input there, which is for having an aux lead, and then there's a remote control here for your satellite navigation. And you can take that remote out and use it as you please. It's a 6-speed manual gearbox. And other than that, generally quite a nice van. And what we'll do now is we'll take it for a little drive and see what you guys think. I'll show you the driver's side cockpit as well, just so you can see. Quite nice headlights as well on these. They do light up the whole road, and you've got the fog lights if you need them. It does share the body shape with the Vivaro and the Nissan Prime Star, so if you got something like that, they're pretty similar in terms of bodies. And this is the Renault 2-litre DCI. It's a 115 brake horsepower model. Quite a nice bulky steering wheel as well. And you've got a cup holder on this side, a little cubby there for your change, another large door bin on this side, put all your bits and bobs in, and there's a nice little under tray there where you can put extras if you need to. Not so bad in terms of storage. A lot of the newer vans do have a lot more disadvantages on this one. You don't have like the Transits, this area here, sometimes you can lift up the seat in the Sprinters, and you have a little fold out armrest on this side, but these seats do have captain seats there where you can pull out a little armrest there, but it is always nice to have the one that pulls out here so you can put your drinks and things like that if you're only carrying one passenger, which is quite nice. But yeah, we'll take it for a drive, see what you think. So the Renault Trafic 2-litre DCI engine, Renault engine, producing 150 brake horsepower. I do believe they're is other models in this range. This is 85 brake horsepower and a 130. Not 100% sure, but I think that's right. This van has done 175,000 miles and still drives fairly nice for what it is. One complaint I do have is if you're quite a big lad like me, the roof height isn't great. Even with my seat, which is adjusted quite low, I don't feel as comfortable. My head's quite high, so my vision is not exactly brilliant. Looking through the window, I feel like I'm looking at the sun visor a bit more, and if I drop the sun visor down, there ain't a lot I can see. So for the sort of taller gentleman or lady, I don't think it's the best van sort of seating wise. And if you drop this seat any lower, you'll be sort of your legs will be completely crunched for you to not be able to push the pedals very well. But other than that, it seems pretty good. The steerings are quite heavy on these, which has its pros and cons, so you might like that, you might not. And other than that, acceleration is okay, picks up nice. I mean, the van's empty at the moment, there's not a lot in it, but you know, it gets to 60 quite easily, and it is quite comfortable. One thing about Renault vans that you'll always realise, the engines are very quiet compared to a lot of their competitors. Things like Transits are still quite noisy, you can hear the engine revving through, whereas with the Renault they're always quite seamless, and they sound quite quiet, and they're quite nice to drive. It's more of like a van derived car, to be fair. It drives quite a lot like a car, and it is quite nice to drive. Anyone with a small business who wants a small van to knock about in, these are not bad vans. And I think if you can get one in the right condition with the right servicing, even if it's done 170, 180,000 miles, it's not a big deal, as long as the maintenance is there, and you can check past MOTs and things like that to make sure the mileage hasn't been knocked back. And other than that, they're quite nice vans. I think they, like I said, they share the body with the Nissan Primastar and the Vauxhall Vivaro, so all them vans are pretty much in the same bracket. But this van itself is not bad. It pulls away quite nice. I will say, when it's got a bit of load in it, sometimes I'm carrying 500-600 kilos in the back, and it can struggle a bit then going up hills and things like that. So it's not the strongest of vans, but it's okay. I mean, things like, if I've had a VTOL before this, and you can put 500-600 kilos in there and it won't struggle up pushing up the hills. I feel they're a lot more stronger, and they have a lot more torque pulling up and things like that. But otherwise, yeah, generally quite a nice van. And everything is right to your hand, the steering wheel, the controls, the AC is nice on hot days, summer days. If you're driving a lot, any van guys will know that being inside a van on a hot sunny day when it's 28, 29 degrees outside, it's not the nicest place to be, but that aircon certainly makes it a lot nicer. But yeah, generally very nice van to have. But yeah, if you've got any questions, drop them in the comments below. Like and subscribe, hit that bell notification so you get notifications every time we do. We've got a Mercedes Sprinter as well, which we'll be reviewing soon, and got quite a few other vans coming up as well if you're interested in that kind of thing. But we're trying to do a spectrum of all different things on this channel, so we'll be having some more sports cars coming through, and more things like vans and hot hatches and things like that. Yeah, stay tuned, lots of great content coming through. Thank you for your time, and thank you for your support. Like and subscribe, and see you soon. Overall, great van. Hope you enjoy it. Oh, and before I go, one thing I must add. If you're buying one of these, there's one thing you really need to know. The turning circle on a Renault is absolutely rubbish. It's the worst thing about this van. You can't turn it in the road to save your life. Other than that, it's a great van. But where you have to do a 3-point turn, you'll have to do about a 6-point turn in this. And I think that's the same with the Renault Masters, from what I can remember. I remember driving some of the earlier Renault Masters, and they were exactly the same. The turning circles are terrible. Whereas something like a Sprinter, it cuts so well, you can turn it in the road anywhere, even the long wheelbase one. And this being such a small van, it struggles to turn anywhere. But other than that, great van. Hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe. Thank you.